Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. He's at it again. The meltdown continues. The meltdown does continue, and we're going to have to talk to Big Stevie because he's decided now to justify the Chris Boyd rant. And is he right on the money? Let's see what Big Stevie has to say this morning.
I'm going to try and calm down. Honestly, I don't understand what is. Calm down. I'm fuming still. It's 45
Calm down. He used to be a Liverpool for supporter by those sounds of it.
minutes past 8, and I can honestly talk this all night, but can't do that. Can't do it all night. Can't do it all night. So let's see. Right. He told Sky Sports, "You don't get time." Hold on, my head's fried, man. Honestly, I need my bed.
It's 8:05 at night and he needs his bed. Poor Stevie.
Today that's aged me about 10 years, that game today, and the fallout and everything right. So we're going to look at Chris Boyd's comments and break them down because I haven't really had a proper chance to read exactly what he said. So that's what he said, and I quote: "You don't get time in football. You think Rangers fans are sitting at home absolutely delighted watching Celtic celebrate in front of the TV watching their team's performance there? It is embarrassing. The bookies made Celtic and Rangers the same price as they were under Pedro Casinha when they came here. That is what they look like. How many of that Rangers team would get into the Celtic team? None. And that is where you're trying to get to. None of them would get in anywhere near it."
Of course they wouldn't, because our scouting is far superior to Rangers, and we're no kicking about bargain basement stuff, and we've got a decent manager.
You've got a captain, and now Tavernier's had his critics
we a minute now. They're going to hate Tav attacks.
over the years. Go and show a 2-minute clip of why Celtic totally dominate the game. It was summed up within 2 minutes. Tavernier, labouring
Hall of Fame master.
back.
He is the Hall of Fame master, is Tavernier, and it should be applauded. Now, the one thing that we need to remember is Stevie had the meltdown of all meltdowns for Sevconian fans. So let's just be gentle on him today.
Lost the ball in the middle of the pitch to Kyogo, run the full length to tackle Tom Lawrence. That is the difference. End of quote. I believe earlier I said that Kyogo ran about 60 yards to tackle Dessers. Well, it turns out he tackled Tom Lawrence. So apologies, I did get that wrong. And, anyway, and I quote: "Celtic make things happen. Rangers hope things happen. All this, we are improving. It's about time people wise up and realise it isn't going anywhere fast." That was embarrassing today. The whole calling out your teammates, I don't think that can happen anymore. There's no characters in football. You look at Cal McGregor, leads by example on the pitch. In terms of getting about it and making things happen on the front foot and getting
Sounds an awful lot of love for Celtic in this video, doesn't there? Maybe he's going soft.
Getting after teams, but also when it is time to set off and be that disciplined and keep the ball, he's totally different to what Scott Brown was. Rangers don't have any leaders.
Scott Brown left Celtic years ago and they're still talking about him. Well done, Bruni, for being for in the heads of the Sevconians. You did it, my friend. Yes, as you enjoy your retirement and you now manage football teams and play lots of golf. Hats off to Bruni for still to this day being in the mind of the Sevconians.
Can kid themselves on all they want. They don't have any leaders. Beating Ross County 6-0 and swaggering about like I'm the big guy and I'm all good. Look at us. These are the games that matter and that you're judged on. I will say again, that was embarrassing after 10 minutes there today for Rangers. End of quote. Totally agree. I think football does lack a lot of leaders.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's only Rangers, the Rangers known as Sevco 2012, who lack leaders. Dundee had a fabulous leader. Celtic went and bought him.
Characters these days. As for the Ross County, so celebrated it last week. I was happy. I was buzzing. We won 6-0, right? If you can't celebrate and your team wins 6-0, I don't really know when you can celebrate, right, guys?
It's one of the worst teams in the league. They almost went down last season, mate.
It papered over the cracks is the reality.
No. It's not a crack, man. It's not a crack. No, it's not a crack. Right? Souness said it. McCoy said it. Barry Ferguson said it. Everyone said it. It's a gap. Right? It's a gap. It's not a crack. It's a gap. And it's huge.
Didn't say, we're going to win the league now because we won 6-0. The result today was still very much on the cards, regardless of what happened against Ross County, and that's the way it's
No,
been.
you never said that the week before. You were going to do all sorts to us, and your manager said so too. And even the players were like getting it being, oh, we're going to show Celtic stuff. What, you going to show us that you turned up?
And Boyd's right. You've got the over celebrating against St Johnstone, which was
You
pathetic.
celebrated as well, man. Calm down. You just said it was great to celebrate winning 6-0, and you have every right to celebrate 6-0. And now you're saying it was overreaction.
Oh, it is, man, right? And I'm not going to lose my cool. I'm going to try and stay cool and composed here, right? Because, yeah, I went ballistic earlier. I did. And I still feel that way, but, to take this video, we're going to keep it cool. We're going to keep it Stevie cool. Big Stevie cool. Big Stevie raging was somebody commented earlier, which I thought was funny. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I just don't understand.
He's a broken man. He's another Brun that's broken. He's final. He's broken. He is broken. Has anybody seen Stevie? Stevie! 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 It's like the meerkats. Stevie! 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 Nah, can't find them. It's a bit like medals and trophies.
What is going on?
I don't know. I have no idea. Other mate, I'm just listening to you.
Oh,
them! Oh, they're shite.
And with Boyd, his comments, everything he said is right. It's like the leaders, they just don't, man. They don't have somebody. I mean, you look at Barry Ferguson.
Was 20 odd years ago he stopped playing, wasn't it? It wasn't just yesterday. Celtic have had about 10 managers since since he left. And they've done 9 in a row.
Don't have a Barry Ferguson. No people don't like Barry Ferguson for whatever reasons. I don't care what your reasons is, but that was a leader.
Ah, come on, right? Man. He's a wee bigot.
He was a leader among
men. He was a leader amongst men. No, he wasn't.
The guy that knew how to win the league titles.
He sat that to Scotland fans. A leader amongst men.
The guy who knew to win Rangers football matches and most importantly, Old Firm matches.
Old Firm died.
But for that today, man, it's tragic to see how far this club's fallen.
It's not falling anywhere. It's on a meteoric rise from the ashes of being a brand new club. It's not falling anywhere. You forget. Liquidation, na 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 na.
Yeah. I went ballistic.
I know you've said that twice now, or 3 times.
I apologise for anything.
Why? It was highly entertaining.
I said wasn't reactionary.
No, Sherlock.
It's what you're feeling.
Like shite yourself.
Truth. I feel like when you're reactionary, it's
you have a meltdown like you did in the other video.
You're going to backtrack. I don't backtrack anything I said. So
you had a meltdown then?
I called some of those players that wear that shirt some pretty bad words.
Sherlock, bad words, and you said you were sweating like a trooper.
No, I was calling them everything, man. I was fuming with every single one of them. And I think rightfully so. They weren't even trying. If you can't call it your team and your players when they're not trying in the biggest game that you've got to show and offer, then I don't know what you can do. And when you can call them it, it's.
I'm even starting to get confused.
I just need to go to sleep, man. That's why I need to go.
He's maybe had a smoke too much. Has Stevie, man. He's maybe had one doobie too many.
But then you wake up and the first thought is this, and I'll talk about it tomorrow.
What is he going on about now?
I need about a 2-month break. This is what I need.
Break. You had 2 months break, and that's called this. That's called pre-season. We're 4 games into the season, and then he wants a break already. Well, we've got a break due to be an international week, and then there is only 2 SPFL games in September. 2 games for them to try and claw back as many points as they can to try and climb up the league, but I don't think they will. I think they'll go further down the league than ever before. Oh, he's got me cracked up, honestly.
Did Boyd say, and I quote, when you look since got the offside goal chopped off, it's been a total capitulation for Rangers. Let's be realistic. It's men against boys out there at this moment in time. Rangers, in terms of pressing and going at them, it is all well going that way. You've got to go the other way as well. Celtic's midfield free.
What? Has anybody lost?
Or the other side of the Rangers midfield free when they score that goal. It can't happen. It just cannot happen. You've got to fear the worst.
You must feel the worst every morning when you wake up. You go, fuck, still a Rangers fan.
When asked about how damaging it could be for Clement, he says, very, very. Philip Clement.
Oh, wait a minute here. It's damaging for Clement. What happened to Big Phil? Big Phil's going to do it. It's fucking Phil Mitchell they've got in charge.
Tried to put a positive spin on it. A lot of people are buying into it. But let's be realistic. You look at these two teams right now. Rangers are trying to get the Celtics level. The gulf is huge.
The gulf is huge. The gulf. So it's not even a gap now. It's a gulf. It's like fucking Gulf of New Mexico. It's massive. You can't swim it. I mean, the gap's like this. The gap's when you get on the train and it says mind the gap, and it's about this much of a gap. Now they've got a gulf, an actual gulf.
At this moment in time. So yeah, I totally agree with everything Chris Boyd said. I mean, closing thoughts here. It's just so bad, man. It is.
This will be interesting. These closing thoughts.
You know, there can't be a true Rangers fan out there that is.
I don't think there is a true Rangers fan because it's all Sevco. The Rangers died in 2012, mate. So I think there are many Rangers fans who remember that old club. But think back to in the 1980s when there was only around about 6,000 fans going to Ibrox, and there was a lot of them supporting East Fife, Partick Thistle, Falkirk.
Feeling, I mean, if you took a positive, I mean, the only positive you can take from that game is that it wasn't 10-0. But the let's get, it doesn't really matter. 3-0, 10-0. You know, well, I mean, 10-0, I mean, obviously be like a record.
Fucking 10-0, could you imagine it? Oh man, cricket score stuff.
Score all that stuff, but it may as well have been 10-0. You know, and I can't believe it. I can't believe it, though. That's the thing. You know, if we were realistic today, I mean, I predicted 2 each, and I shouldn't have predicted 2 each, but I thought I'd give the team a bit of faith. I thought I'd believe in them, and they didn't give us it back. I just don't want to see James Tavernier play for this club again.
I thought he was captain, though. You all hailed him, penalty taker. You know, the great. Oh, Jesus, man. He got in the Hall of Fame and everything, and you loved him. Or Tav.
I want to see Butland dropped.
Butland dropped? I thought you were saying, fuck, I can't take this anymore this morning. Oh, my God.
I want to see big changes, man. I don't want to.
You can't make big changes. The window's closed. That's it. You've got to deal with the cards that you've drawn, and they're not very good. And you gain big Clement. A contract till 2028. Oh my word. Oh my days.
I see Ross McCausland. I mean, how can the other youth players not get a game, but Ross McCausland can?
Because he's a wee bigot for the lodge. He's a lodge member, and you have to have at least one lodge member within that Rangers, because he's a real Rangers man. Fucking me. He's a fucking one of us. He's a real Rangers man. You come up fucking saying, laddie, you came what you're talking about, sonny. You even came into lodges. Have you been to a lodge meeting before? I bet you didn't even get a handshake, do you?
Yanis Hadji, who walks into that team, is just stuck in the B team rotting away. Cyril Dessers, you know, he had a good couple of games there before the game that mattered, and his arse went.
Bet that hurt.
And he had a well, you know what, actually, he said,
I did. Oh God, you're a bit too close and personal there for my liking, pal.
2 bad games this season, Dessers. Well, 3 technically. Game against Hearts.
We're only 4 games into the season, and he's had 3 bad games already. Oh, Jesus God, man.
There's not much else to say. I mean, I went ballistic earlier, and I don't regret any bit of it, man. It needed to be addressed. It was.
He sounds awfully broken in this video. He does sound broken. I think he's another one that's broken. We've managed to break them all.
And I feel like I've been very calm and composed for a long time with Rangers. I've accepted it.
What the Sevco? Yeah, the Sevco in disguise. Yes, you are.
Towards the end of last season, you accept it around April time when you lose the games. I accept that the league was gone. But this is, I mean, we're not even talking months. We're talking years. We're getting close to decades of this, man, piling up on top of one another and
piling on the agony.
It needs addressed, and it has been addressed. So Yeah, Chris Boyd. The headline is Celtic make things happen, Rangers hope things happen. There's no hope left. And that is where we're going to leave this video. Rangers 5 points off the top of the league. God knows what's next. We've got a tough Europa League draw. We've got a tough run of fixtures coming up. Big Phil said we'll get good in October,
Oh, he said Big Phil.
November. He'll be praying for that.
He'll be praying for that. He'll bless himself and go to the chapel and go, forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. Aside from Sevco, it's okay, my son. Here is my angel of darkness to abide by your side. He knows the Grim Reaper who took the last club from Ibrox. Take my son, the devil, and go do your work. To the best of you.